Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the studio. Last week, institutional investors poured billions of dollars into these three cryptocurrencies. One of them we all would expect, it's pretty obvious, but the other two are a bit surprising, so I wanted to take a minute to talk about this. Also, as promised, I added more spots to the Patreon community, so if you'd like to get benefits like daily live streams and buy and sell alerts, which have yielded many of our members returns of 1,500%, 1,200%, 300%, and more, well, make sure to join the group using the link down below. Also, as a member, you will get 50% off to any NFTs you purchase of my brand new collection called Only Bears. So make sure to join using the link down below. Anyways, right now, the overall crypto market cap is sitting at $2.6 trillion. And I made this little design right here because I wanted to show you one key thing going on with the overall market. Everyone keeps saying in the comments that they're late to a certain crypto. Maybe they're late to Solana. Maybe they're late to Ethereum, whatever it is. But right here, this is the total altcoin market cap. This excludes Bitcoin. And what we see is that right now, as of early November, late October 2021, we can see that we have not yet broken out into new all-time highs for the total altcoin market cap. The record high is about $1.5 trillion, and we're right around that, but we have not yet broken above that line into uncharted territory, into new record highs. So, if you're asking yourself, are you too late? Did you miss out? The answer is no. You have not yet missed out because you can see that we have not even yet begin to see the big push for altcoins. Yes, Bitcoin's price has started to rally, and the opposite is happening for Bitcoin. For example, if we look at Bitcoin's price, we see that, and the overall crypto market cap, we see that it has broken into new record highs. But when you look at just altcoins, like this is for the overall crypto market, but when you look at just altcoins, you can see that it has not yet happened. We have not yet had that big breakout, that big push to new record highs. Now I want to talk quickly about this new report that just came out about institutional investors. So CoinShares comes out with a report every single week talking about inflows and outflows. And in this report, what we see is that last week we had an all-time record high for the amount of inflows going into digital asset investment products from institutional investors. Last week alone, we saw $1.5 billion go into digital asset investment products from institutions. This is compared to $8 billion for the entire year. So we had almost one quarter, almost 25% of the total year-to-date inflows happen in a single week. Well, why is that? Well, first of all, it's because of the Bitcoin futures ETF that we saw approved, that week. We saw that ProShares Bitcoin Strategy ETF, which was the first ever Bitcoin futures ETF, went live and had almost $1 billion in volume in the first couple of days. So that is why we're seeing this massive amount of inflows into crypto. So obviously, when we look at this report, we zoom in, we could see that Bitcoin had $1.45 billion out of these inflows. Out of the $1.5 billion total, $1.45 billion came from Bitcoin. That is expected because we saw this Bitcoin futures ETF. But the other two are a little bit more of a surprise. The first one is Solana. Solana had $8.1 million of inflows last week from institutional investors. We have seen Solana's price continue to rally. It's been doing very well, and we've been seeing it reach new all-time highs. In addition to this, we did a video the other day talking about Solana, saying how a theoretical price target for this bull market is $1,500 per coin if it mimics the exact same technicals and price movements that it did in the first part of the bull market. So make sure to check that video out down below. But either way, Solana has been doing well lately. It's been getting a lot of demand, a lot of interest. It's been getting a lot of investments into new projects. For example, we've talked about 3 or 4 games that are built on the platform recently, and all of these projects are helping to build Solana's ecosystem. So that one also wasn't really a surprise. Like Bitcoin, not a surprise. We expect that. Solana, not a surprise. The price has been moving a lot. But the one that is a big surprise is Cardano, because Cardano saw $5.3 million of inflows last week from institutional investors. This is a surprise because if you look at all of the cryptocurrencies on this list, Number 1 is Bitcoin in terms of inflows. Number 2 is Solana with $8.1 million of inflows. And number 3 is Cardano with $5.3 million of inflows. None of the other cryptocurrencies are even close. Yet when you look at all these coins on the list, you would have probably said that Cardano would have had outflows or would have been the least, like the smallest investment from institutions. So this was very surprising. Why is it that we saw the third highest inflows into Cardano, but the price has not been moving? Well, that proves to us that Cardano, even though the price hasn't moved, even though we look at the last 7 days, it's only up about 2%, even though the price has been stagnant for weeks, what this report shows us and proves is that institutional investors have not lost hope or lost faith or changed their opinion at all for Cardano. Everyone used to be so excited about Cardano, but now a lot of people are not because the price hasn't moved. And what we're seeing is that institutional investors are using this as a buying opportunity to get more in. The only reason we're seeing prices stagnant and prices actually drop a little bit from earlier September in 2021 is because retail investors are impatient. They don't like it when we start seeing stagnant prices and we don't see things move. But the big money players are doubling down at this very moment on coins like Cardano. They're getting more involved. And if you look at this, their weekly inflows were $5.3 million, but their month-to-date inflows were $10 million. They had almost doubled their month, like their before this past week, they only had $5 million of inflows. Now, adding this week, they have 10. So they doubled their inflows for the last month. Very, very exciting here. So overall, what this proves to me is that whether you like Cardano, you don't like Cardano. Whether you like Solana, you don't like Solana. Either way, these are the top 2 altcoins that institutional investors are picking right now. Me personally, these are 2 of my favorite coins, and it's also interesting to see that Ethereum has had some outflows while the price has been doing well. So we just have to take all of this in mind, look at it, evaluate it, and say, where are institutions putting their money? Right now, it's in Bitcoin, Solana, and Cardano. Let me know your thoughts on all of these. I'm extremely bullish. I own all 3, but let me know your thoughts. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. See you guys.